If you guys don't know Eli, Eli is a team leader down in the Elk Grove office. We've asked him to be a speaker. He has a great way of 5 ways to create curiosity in today's market. If you don't get people coming to you in this market, you're going to have issues. So he's coming up. Eli, how long have you been in real estate? You've owned your own brokerage?
27 years.
27 years. Owned his own brokerage for a while.
8 years. Yeah.
8 years. Realized it's better to come to KW.
Yeah.
Right? And so now he is actually team leader. And he's come here to speak with. I'm super happy. He's one of my bros. And if you didn't see him before, this man is like hardcore.
Thank you. Thank you. How's everybody doing? Okay. I like the music. I like that's appropriate. Thank you for having me here today, you guys. I want to hand these out. Can someone help me hand these out? So what we're going to talk about today is 5 ways to create curiosity in today's market. Now, how many of you can agree that the market has changed? I know John really well. I know he talks about it all the time, right? Has the market changed? Raise a hand if the market's changed. Come on. So I love interaction. Interaction gives energy to the room. It gives energy to the speaker. So I'm gonna just encourage you to interact. If you have a question, raise a hand. If you agree with something, say amen or yes or yup, truth, whatever you want to say. Right? True story. My kids always say, true story, Dad. I'm like, what? Yeah. Who's heard this one? I'm dead.
Yeah.
What's that mean? You don't know. It's funny. Yeah, it's funny. Like I'm dying. I'm laughing. And I was like, what is that? I have my 4 kids. They're in the 20s now. So do I have a slide about myself in here? Okay, I want to talk about it real quick.
No.
So I didn't put it in there. I just want to introduce myself a little bit so you know who's standing in front of you. John mentioned I got my license in 1995, which was right before the internet. Yeah. Okay. I remember when the first agent in Elk Grove got a web address. It was the first, I'll never forget it. A friend of mine's name's Alan Wagner. He passed away. Really good guy, Remax. So he's known as Captain Remax. So his email domain was www.captainremax.com. He had that. That was his first one. I couldn't believe it. Back then, contracts were triplicate and carbon copies. They were even 8.5 by 14. I don't know if you guys ever saw those. Okay, I'm just trying to share with you to give you some perspective on what I've gone through. So when I share things with you today, I don't want you to just think, oh, this is some other guy just sharing an idea. No, 27 years of being in this industry, right? Have my own brokerage from 2000 to 2008 in Elk Grove. It was called Americana Realty and Mortgage. Back then, doing mortgages was really simple to do with real estate. It was really easy prior to the crash. But I'll tell you what, that crash messed us up bad. It was tough. A bunch of people went into REOs. A bunch of people went into short sales. We went into short sales. We did very little on the REO side, and I regret that because we crashed and burned pretty bad. Lost the business in 2008. Learned some hard lessons, right? And as I'm talking about lessons learned, I want to share something with you. So real fast, I have 4 children, 20, 22, 24, and 27 years old. 2 grandbabies, 1-year-old, 3 years old, okay? My wife and I almost got a divorce in 2008 because the crash had that much stress on us. I mean, I had 3 locations and I had signed leases. I had signed copier leases, building leases. I had staff members to worry about. It's stressful. And I was a broker and I'm like, I don't think I want to do this again. This is difficult. Okay. It was hard. And we almost lost everything. In 2009, I put 22 transactions into escrow. Guess how many I closed of the 22? Anybody just guess? 2. 2. How'd you know that? You see my notes?
Yeah.
2. I closed 2. I want you to imagine for a second, you put 22 transactions in escrow this year and only closed 2. How would you feel?
Defeated.
Frustrated, defeated, angry. This business is horrible. I don't want to be in this business anymore. These are the kinds of things that were happening. So when I share what I'm about to share with you today, I'm very passionate about it. I'm hyper passionate. I want you to ask questions. I want you to engage because in today's market, we're in a shift. It is not the same shift. Just let me be very clear. This feels nothing like 2006, 7, and 8. I was there. I had a brokerage. We had 35 realtors, 14 loan officers, and 5 staff members. So I know exactly what that shift feels like. This is not that shift. It is a shift though. Let's be really clear. This is a skills-based market. If you don't up your skills game with conversations, scripts, and role play, if you don't have a system in place, you will struggle. And I'll tell you right now, the leadership team here, KW, myself, we want to see you succeed. We want to see your families thrive. We want to see you grow your business. Did you know that in every down market, there are people in that market that grow their business large? That's a true fact. You can research it. They grow it. What is the difference between the people that grow their business large and the ones that crash and burn like I did? Does anybody have input? What?
Effort.
Effort. Thank you. Absolutely. Are you showing up? You're here today. That's evidence of that effort. There's a bunch of people that are not here today. Yes. You know, your friends, your colleagues in this office. This group, we succeed together. This office succeeds together. The more signs and yards there are, isn't it a little easier to take a listing? Yes or no?
Yes.
Right? Because by the way, just so you guys know this, I don't know if you realize this, but if you go do a listing appointment and they say, oh yeah, I see KW listings signs everywhere. A lot of times they don't even realize who's on the sign. They will think you have more listings. So by the fact that you guys help each other get more listings, subconsciously, it's easier at that listing appointment. We need to capture this, that we're in this together. That's what I love about KW, because I joined KW in 2015 and I thought to myself, what brokerage do I want to join? I have my own brokerage. I can do this myself. No, I think I want to join a brokerage that's strong, that builds from within. That's this brokerage. That's KW. That's why we're the largest real estate brokerage in the world. That's not by just chance. It's because we support and help each other every day. And I want to encourage you to do that. That's why John invited me here. And I'm like, heck yeah. I want to come share anything I can to help support you guys. So we're going to go through this today. I want to engage with you guys, ask questions, please. Let's talk about this, okay? So here's the first thing. This thing, you guys know this already. As a matter of fact, John Maxwell, I'm a John Maxwell certified coach as well. I went to his training in Florida. It was, by the way, if you want to learn to coach and train people, we have some amazing classes at KW. Train the presenter, train the trainer, right? You can attend to become a better presenter. And that course is not just because you want to be a trainer here. You're actually a better presenter in front of your seller and your buyer. So I would say everybody who can go to those trainings. The staff here, they can give you dates. There's one happening first quarter of next year. You will become better. So I went to John Maxwell's training. And you know what he taught me? Something I will never forget. It's this. Check this out. This is powerful. I'm telling you. The answer is already inside of you. The coach's job is to pull it out of you. Did you hear what I said? The answer is already inside of you. The coach's job is to pull it out of you. I'm going to share things with you you already know. My job today is to share them in a way where you go, that's right. Why am I not doing that? That's right. That does work, right? So when you go to trainings, did you know that going to trainings multiple times is a good idea? Why is that? Someone tell me. Why is it a good idea to go to the same training more than once? Expand your skill set. Yeah. A deeper understanding. Absolutely. Come on, two or three more. Wow.
You always hear something else.
You hear something else. I love that. Thank you. What else?
Season of your business.
Different season of your business. All true. Because you can only retain so much. I'm going to talk right now for what, 3 hours, John? Just kidding. No, 30 to 30 minutes or so, right? And so you can only retain so much of what I'm about to tell you. So to go back to the training again and again, a lot of us have attended Bold 8, 10, 12 times. Top producers in this business in KW have been to Bold more than 10 times. And if you want to know the secret sauce, it really is getting into the room again and again. Somebody said, you're not the same person 3 months from now. Your perspective is different. Who has kids in the room? Raise your hand. Okay, I want to make a point. How many of you told your kids, clean your room, go to school, do your homework, blah, 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 right? And they're like, yeah, dad, whatever. Come on. Got it, yes. But then some stranger walks in their life and says the same thing, and they go, oh yeah, that makes sense. And I'm going, I just told you that, Antonio. He's like, no, you didn't. I'm like, I did. Right? Has that ever happened to someone? Say, I. Parent in the room, right? And that's true of us as coaches. We could say things to you. John, I guarantee you say things to you. That when you go to Bold, you go to Mega Camp, you go to Family Reunion, someone on stage is going to say the exact same thing John said. And you're going to go, that makes total sense. John, why didn't you ever teach us that? And John's dad going, I did. You guys see what I'm saying? So we need to do this. Okay, so the first one is focused on Mindshare. Mindshare is taught in multiple classes at KW. But here's a different outlook on it. I want to share with you. Who has been to Bel Air, Safeway, Home Depot, Lowe's, and entered a phone number into the little pad before you pay? Raise your hand. If you've ever done that. I'm going to say almost everybody does that, right? Why do they do that? Someone in the room, why do they do that? Track your data for what purpose?
Shopping pattern. Put something in front of you.
Just do your patterns, put things in front of you, right? For marketing. Yes, they want to curate an experience for you. That's what they're trying to do. And if they get enough data points in there, they know where to put stuff on shelves. They know what to put at the checkout line. You guys, there's this thing called emotional proximity. Who knows what emotional proximity is? This is really important for me to share the 5 things. I need to first set the mindset on it. What's emotional proximity? Anybody want to give it a go?
That where the candy is next to the checkout?
That's exactly what that is. Okay, yes, exactly. She got it perfect. What is that though? It's emotion. If you want to write, so you have a handout. If I were you, I'd write down emotional proximity. If I was taking notes, that's what I would write down. This is key because you're going to need to create emotional proximity for your farm, for your database, for everything. Emotional proximity. That is whatever's closest to me when I am emotionally moved to make a decision. Whatever's closest to me when I'm emotionally moved to make a decision about something. So whatever, I'm gonna repeat it again. Whatever's closest to me, so when I'm emotionally moved to make a decision, that's likely what I'll choose. That's likely what I'll choose. Emotional proximity. Now, if you want to be a high-level business builder, you need to understand emotional proximity. Because if you're not creating enough emotional proximity, I am. That's why I'll get that business and you won't. That's the truth. And emotional proximity is exactly what she said. That's why they put candy bars at the checkout line. That's why they put chips there. They put the little things. And you know how they know that? With your phone numbers, you track it. What are you picking up in the aisles? They have a candy aisle, guys. Do you wonder, why do they put it at the checkout? Have you ever thought about that? They put it there because you're going to stand there for a minute and you're going to look at it and go, I really shouldn't, but I am a little hungry. And I think I'm going to grab that Snickers bar.
Especially when you got kids.
Oh, especially. Yes. So the question is, how do you create emotional proximity? And that's also called mindshare. That's why they collect the data. That's why being in command is so important. If you're not in command and putting your people, your sphere of influence in there, and you're not consistently connecting with them, how are you going to do that? Think about it for a second. You know, let's talk for 2 minutes about the RAS. Okay, I want to take a vote in the room. Who has never heard about what RAS is? I know a lot of you have. Who has never? Okay, there's a good amount, enough to share it real quick. If most of you were like, I got it, I would just kind of say, come see me after. But there's like 10 or 12 hands up, okay? And I don't know if there was anybody on Zoom, but what the RAS is really fast, RAS, write it down, RAS, you can look it up later for more information. It's the reticular activating system, Okay, we talk about it a lot. I guarantee John, some trainers have talked about it here. Just real fast. RAS is, did you know your brain is a supercomputer that collects millions of data points at any second? So anybody in the room that's like back outside the doors, stare straight at me and tell me if you can see the Christmas tree without moving your eyes. Yes or no? Right? Okay, that's of course your peripheral vision, right? Think about this for a second. How many lines and objects you think are in this space we're in right now?
Wow.
Hundred thousands of lines in space, literally every piece of data in this space, your brain is actually picking it up. It can do that. The difference is the RAS is a small part of the brain that filters out that data and tells you what's most important to focus on. Okay, you need to understand the RAS because mindshare is all about activating someone's RAS. So let's do a quick example. This is an example that's shared in a lot of trainings. If you just bought a red BMW, do you know who's bought a car, sat in the car, and now they see the car everywhere?
Yeah.
Right? Does that happen to anybody? Maybe you bought some really cool shoes or a bag, and you're like, what the hell? I just bought this. How did she get one? Right? And did you know it's always been there? Likely it's always been there. And the brain filtered it out as unimportant. And as soon as you got one, the brain said, this is now important. I will see it all. And it literally opened up the door for your brain to see it. It is one of the most powerful things in our brain that we don't even, as salespeople and business owners, that we can take advantage of in a positive way. Take advantage sounds so negative, right? It's take advantage in a positive way to show them, your sellers, your buyers, that you are in real estate. So I need you to understand what the RAS is. So as we move forward, you can kind of get a concept of what we're doing. Okay, so we have a short video I'm going to show you because who on here does social media? Probably most people do social media, okay? Social media is like the platform right now to get great interaction and bring people towards your business in a very inexpensive, almost free way for the most part. The question I get the most is, how often do I need to do social media? Or how often do I need to do print media? How often do I need to knock on doors? Did you know that the key is to do it every single day? Now, that doesn't mean you have to work every single day. Let me be very clear. You don't not take a day off. Okay, we still need to take care of ourselves and our family, or your marriage will hurt, your kids won't know you. This is important, okay? I know this because in 2009, when I had my brokerage, I would literally sleep at the office. In fact, I was so I wanted to be successful so bad that, and I was doing it for my family, right? That one Christmas, my staff gave me a car for Christmas. Now, I thought it was funny in the moment. Went home, told my wife, and she was not happy. She said, that is not funny. Why did they buy you a car? Because I fall asleep at my desk all the time. There were some days where I would wake up at my desk because the market was crashing and I was freaking out. And I was trying to figure out how to keep us going, right? So I want to be very clear. When I say every day, that's why we leverage systems like Command. That's why we leverage marketing plans, right? This is so important, you guys. But it needs to happen every day. So we're going to watch a video because a lot of people go every day. Like, who would post 3 to 5 times every day in here in social media? Does anybody do that? Okay. Okay. Can I just tell you something about social media that you may or may not know? But social media has an algorithm. What's the first limiting belief? Because I know there's limiting beliefs around this stuff that you think of when you go, I don't want to post 3 to 5 or 10 times a day.
Spammy.
Spammy to who?
Spammy
Right?
to everybody.
To your friends,
Yeah.
right? Okay, that's a good one. What else?
No views.
No views. That's a great one. I'm going to address that in a second. What else? I love it. It's overwhelming. Yeah, in what way? To do it, you mean? Like to produce it and get it out there? Okay, great. Thank you. What else? What other people think. Whoa, worried about what other people think. That's right. That's good. What else? Is there anything else? Before we watch the video. What to post, right? Hey, I don't have any idea what to post. Well, here's the thing. 2 things I really want to focus on. I'm going to show you Gary for like 2 minutes. Okay. Gary, before I go to Gary, 2 things. One was who said you guys were talking about you're spammy, right? Okay, so the algorithm does not show everybody your post. First of all, I hope you know that. Have you ever walked up to somebody, didn't you see my post about my birthday? And they're like, you're like assuming like, you should have saw my post. No, my post doesn't go to everybody, guys. If nobody's experiencing here, I'm going to find like that's surprising because It's true, right? And you'll assume they've seen your post. No, not everybody sees your post. The second thing is somebody commented that they don't comment. Was that you?
No views.
Yeah, no views. Don't worry about that. It's not about that. Believe it or not, you can track views. That is important. But you know what's more important? That you're doing it consistently. I have people come up to me and say, oh, I saw your tri-tip video, or I saw your Christmas tree hunt video, whatever I may have done. And I'm like, I don't remember them commenting on it. They didn't. Most of society are voyeurs. They watch, not comment. Okay? So here's the deal. You're only going to worry about the activity itself. That's all I want you to focus on. Now, you will get views sometimes. If you do something really good, you get a lot of likes and comments. I'm going to post one today. You're all going to see who's doing the AI thing that's been happening lately. Have you guys seen the AI thing? Okay. Yeah. It is weird. And I said it is totally weird. I said it to my kids. I sent it to my kids. I'm like, which of these do you like? I pick your top 4. So today, later, if you're in my world, you're going to see a post that says vote which one's the best of these 4. Because who knows in here that we love to give recommendations and votes. You know, my most popular posts are always, where's the best burger spot in Sacramento? Which of these images are better? These are the best ones to get interaction. And then usually within 30 minutes to an hour and a half later, I do a real estate post. Why? The algorithm's causing everybody to come to me. So that's the prime time to do that and then go, boom, here's a house. Boom, you can do this with your lender to get the breakdown. Boom, whatever that next thing is, you just go. It's like has anybody read Gary Vee's books? We're about to watch Gary Vee. Do you guys know who Gary Vee is? Who knows who Gary Vee is? Raise your hand. Oh, okay. I better explain it real quick. Gary Vee Vaynerchuk is in my opinion, the number 1 or number 3. He's somewhere in the top 5 of social media people in the entire world. He's written multiple books, which I highly recommend. One's called Crush It. One's called Jab, 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 Right Hook. It's all about social media. If you really want to learn how to do it, grab those books, listen on Audible. It's right there, right? So we're going to listen to him talk. So he is someone of credibility. Would you agree?
Yeah.
And he started with YouTube doing a wine club. And this is years ago, right? And now he's like, if we try to bring him to speak here, it'd be like $10,000 for a half an hour, literally. That's how much. So let's watch this real quick. Can I just look at it?
Your first thing was I said just 98% of you can't do it because it's too heavy. It feels too hard. But for the 2% of you that can do this, you figure out what I'm talking about, your business will be massively impacted.
So we're on to day 2. And what we learned about in day 1 was that importance of understanding that everything is hard before it's easy. That it's going to feel strange because you're madly in love with the way that you currently do things. And what we talked about is the fact that you're going to do something different, it's going to feel awkward. And we talked about the 5 categories. So you're already making progress because you already understand that this is a journey of change. So we're going to move on to today's learning. And today's learning is about what Gary Vaynerchuk said. And that is that you've got to become a media company. Everyone is a media company in this new world. And Gary Vee, who had a raving score at ARIC 2017, talked about the fact that you need to document things. You need to actually do a podcast. You might want to write a blog. You might want to actually shoot a video. He actually has a videographer that followed him. Matt Steinway has done that. You might actually just choose to go on Insta and use Story, where 3 times a day you're actually posting on what you're doing. And you're not posting that you're eating at a restaurant, or you're not posting and showing off what you've bought, but you're actually showing prospective vendors.
So Gary, could you just, everyone said to me, Tom, tell us, how do we stand out? Like, it's all about from a pack. It's all about finding business. I mean,
Here it is.
some of the questions that are coming in. If you were in real estate right now and you wanted to attract potential sellers, people thinking of selling, because getting the listing is as hard as getting the buyer.
Yes.
In lots of Australians,
Yes.
right? What would you do to stand out to build your personal brand?
I would do what I'm doing. I would do a vlog. a reality TV show. Oh, you must love this.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
By the way, I have a friend who won a contest on Instagram to follow me around for a couple of hours, and he's from the, East Coast of Canada in the real estate business, a 24-year-old, and he's been following my stuff and doing quite well. His dad is a real winner in that market. I would be, one thing I always say, if anybody, I'm gonna assume a lot of you don't know who I am. I'm sure some do, but a lot of you at 4,000 people are not gonna know.
They know you, Gary.
I know, but I know thousands. That, I appreciate it. But even at Social Media Com New York, half the crowd doesn't know me. People misunderstand how brand works. Don't read what I say, watch what I do. So what would I do? I would start a vlog. Every one of you should film yourself every single day. Now, let's start over. Some of you are uncomfortable with that.
Yeah.
But I'm sure Australia, because all TV shows map around the world, I'm sure you have your $1 million listings, or, I'm sure there's 3 or 4 people on TV that are real estate agents, right?
Yeah.
Good. Do that on Facebook. What I do know about the Australian market is that the Facebook marketplace, the Facebook world, is huge. It's actually better than it is in the US because less people are marketing on it, less people are running ads through it, so the attention's even more valuable. So I would literally, as a real estate agent, do exactly what I'm doing as a CEO of an agency. I'd be documenting my day, and instead of sitting in this table and in cars all day and traveling like you guys see on my daily V, I know you've seen it, others, that's people that know me have seen it. Yours would be going to listings. Yours would be sitting with somebody trying to convince them to give you the listing. Here's what would happen. You would build micro fame, personal brand. It's why real estate people have been putting their faces on billboards and bench tops for decades. You want that branding. That's why your face is on your open house listings and your website. I think you need to take it to another step. So how do you do that? You hire an intern, or you pay somebody as little as possible, or you have your son or daughter do it, or you do it on your own phone if you have nobody. Document your day and put it out on Facebook. It would be the #1 thing that would take you. Now you have to understand the advice I just gave you. 98% of you can't do it because it's too heady, it feels too hard. But for the 2% of you that do this, after you figure out what I'm talking about, your business will be massively impacted. I'm about to give you a lot of other answers that will make your business grow 20%, 30%, 15%, 9%, 8%, 40%, but this can make your business grow 500%.
Gary, how important is the video? Do you have to get a proper production company? No.
How much is that camera?
$3,000.
This camera's $3,000 and it's beyond good enough. I mean, you could do it on your phone. These phones are insane. Like these are real video guys.
So Gary, what's your view of the camera quality of an iPhone, like an iPhone 7, versus getting a proper camera? You don't think that should be a showstopper for you no?
Do.
Right.
Just start.
All right, what did you guys hear? Talk to me. I want some ahas from that video.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Video day every day.
Video day every day. Who's gonna video when they leave this team meeting? Who's gonna be walking out like, I just left this team meeting right here, blah, 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 it's amazing. That's the challenge. Every day, I walked in here, video, when I got here. And I'm about to video again, okay? Because I wanna model, okay? I want what I'm talking about, right? So here it is. I am having an amazing time at this team meeting. Check out this powerful group of professionals. Oh, that'll be up on social a little later today. Okay. I'm trying to make a point. Everywhere you go to show a property today, it should be like, okay, we're here at the property. Get out of the car, get out of the car. Pause that video. Now, I know you iPhone users because I'm Android. Although I'm gonna have an iPhone, it's ordered, by the way, so no judgment. I ordered an iPhone, okay? But with Android, I can pause that video. Can you do that with iPhone when you're recording in the middle?
On the reel.
Okay, you can do it through Reels. So my camera does that. So now I'm going to learn a new way to do it with iPhone. But the point is, make just little snippets. That's how you make. So when you get out of the car, stop recording at the driveway. Stop it. Then walk towards the door. Start recording again and grab the doorknob. Walk in. Stop it. Walk all the way to the kitchen almost. Start the recording again and go, look at this amazing kitchen. Stop it. Go to the back sliding door. Start it, grab the door, slide it open, walk out. Look at this amazing patio. Stop it. Then go to iMovie and put them together. It's super simple. Okay, post that every day, something like that every day. Post when you drive and park here and you're walking to the office, going to the office, about to make 2 listing presentations today, blah, 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 whatever your day is gonna be. Guys, how often did Gary say to do it?
Every day.
Does anybody in here do it every day?
No.
Good job. Every day. Did he say Thursdays? Did he say twice on Sunday? I mean, what did he say? Every day. I really wanted to hit home. Every day. We need to tell our story loud and proud, right? Hey, ask your clients. Sometimes I'll ask my clients, I'll be like, hey, signings, right? Keys. There's so many opportunities. Every time you get their permission. Do you mind if I record this and put it on social? Is that okay? They say no, then I automatically say, can I record it and send it to you? Yes. And then I won't post it because I won't honor that. But I will ask them every time, right? This is an opportunity. So this is step 2, right? First, we're creating mind share. And then step 2 is, how do we create that mind share? How often? Every day. What other things can you post every day? Here's some ideas for you. And if you have ideas, I want to hear them because I love to add to this. But you could do social media, you could do in person, in print, command, email. This is not just social media today. Every day, something should go somewhere on your behalf to someone. That's what a 36 touch does. You get a print post, you get an email, you get neighborhood nurture, you got a phone call. Why do you think Gary Keller and the team and the largest real estate brokerage in the entire world created a 36 touch? You think there's some credible evidence in there that we need to be talking and communicating with our people as much as possible? Yes or yes?
Yeah, preach it.
Right? Thank you. I got my first amen right there. So I love it. So social media, in person, print out. So there are a number of ways to do this. You have your document your day. We just talked about that. Market of the moment. That's an easy one. What's happening today? Who starts their day on MLS with like a hot sheet? Or have you seen the what's that called, where it says how many new, how many pending, how many back on market? Is it a hot sheet? Market, yeah. So every day you should probably look at that, and at least every other day, comment on it. Pick a point of interest there and comment on it. And do a video. If you don't like video, fine, it's okay. Do an image and post it. Did you know? There's so many ways, you guys, we can do this. And it's funny because I'm a team leader at Elk Grove, and I'll have people come into my office and go, I don't know what to do. My business is way down. And I start with this. Well, tell me what you're doing every day. Like in marketing, what are you doing to market your business? And inevitably, 95% of people are not doing something every day. And I'm telling you, this is the simplest way. Gary just said, what did he say, 2%? Some small percentage of you will leave whatever session he's on with 4,000 people and we'll do it. The rest of you won't. So the question is, are you in the 2%? Are you going to leave this team meeting today and be like, I'm documenting everything? If you want, go look at my social media. I document a lot. I don't document everything, but I do a lot, right? And like I do things, and here's the thing, and jab, right hook, Gary talks about putting things that are non-business related throughout your social media. Because what are the top 3 things that people work with people they know, like, and trust? First, they got to get to know you. Then through your social media with your dog, your baby, your whatever organization you're backing, whatever you're doing in life, they get to like you. And between when they get from knowing to liking, the trust is being built immediately, right? There's a trust that happens there. So you got to do it every day. All right. Tell a past client story or someone else's. I like talking about this because new agents will say, I don't have any clients. That's okay. What did John's team do last week? Right? What did the top producers in our office do last week? Tell a story as often as you can. Tell someone else's story. It's called language of real estate. Tell the story that KW, a Stack Metro, has got this many listings compared to the marketplace. Tell somebody's story all the time. A past client story is always good. How about sellers? I got sellers and buyers stories up there. Tax exemption. Who knows about the capital gains tax exemption thing for, if you live in your home 2 years, the last time. You heard of that? Okay, so, I forgot to tell you guys, so I had my tax preparer's license for 6 years. So I understand, yeah. So when the market got slow, I'm still doing real estate, but I needed other ways to find business. So what I did was my dad's a tax preparer, so I said, Dad, I need to get my license and come help you. I'll sit at the front desk and answer phone. Some people look at that, oh, what are you doing? You're going backwards. What am I doing?
And connections.
I'm meeting more people. Every person who called now, I'm like, hi, JJ Financial Services, is Eli. How can I help you? Eli, who are you? I've never heard your voice. Oh, I'm actually helping out a tax preparer today, who happens to be my dad. And I'm helping with his office. And so, yeah, I'm Eli. And then they come in and they meet me because I'm there. I'm working on MLS there. I'm doing CMAs there. I'm doing database stuff there in his office, meeting his people and being friendly and approachable with them and creating mind share. I'm bringing it back. Mind share to his people. So the question I got to ask you guys, who are you creating mind share through in your life? That's like that, right? So this tax exemption strategy, who has a CPA or tax person that's your partner? Like you have partnered with them, like business to business. Does anybody have someone? Very few. Okay. Tax season's on its way, right? End of year. Here we go. This is an opportunity to grab a tax person and help them build their business and then get on social media and do a post together. Because creating curiosity is about asking questions. It's about saying, like, if I said to you, for example, if I said to you, hey, if you want to buy this $100,000 car, I have a way where you can get that for $100 a month. Even if the way wasn't good, would you at least call me to find out what I was talking about? Right? You would. You would want to know, like, what's the catch? That's good, right? You're going to want to know. How do we create curiosity? We ask questions in the marketplace. We make statements in the marketplace where people go, what's that mean? What is that they're talking about? So you get your CPA, because we're not CPAs, brokers in the room. We're not CPAs, we're not tax preparers, right? So you need to have that professional with you on the post, in the post, or in the image, or on the video, sharing that portion. Yeah, you might qualify for a tax exemption of up to $250,000 when you sell your property per person who's lived in the home and been on title for 2 of the last 5 years. That's the spiel, right? And people don't know that. Did you know? Who in here did not know that? No federal tax, no state tax, no capital gains tax. Who didn't know that? Most people don't know that, by the way. I can't tell you how many people say, well, how much time do I have to reinvest? It's their primary residence. What? You may not have to reinvest it. You literally take $250 per person. So a couple of 500 grand, 2 people of profit, not a sales price, profit. And they could go and put it in the bank. They can go on vacation. They can do whatever they want with that. No taxes at all. Now, luckily, that's still in place. That may be gone someday. They could change that law. Buyer strategies in today's market. Who sits down with their lender once a week and comes up with strategies so you can post on social media every single week a lending strategy? Who does that? No one? All right, write it down. You need to do this every week. Get a strategy with your lender and post about it. Get a strategy from your lender, send out a postcard to your farm. Get a strategy from your lender and knock doors every week. If you really want to build a business, this is a skills-based business. That's what we're talking about right now. Okay? All right. Okay. So let's talk about a marketing calendar real quick, because a lot of people, when I do this, they go, well, what do I do? When do I do it? And how do I do it? So I'm giving you a basic concept of a marketing calendar that's simple. You could change this. You don't have to do this. I'm just giving you an idea. Because with my team, before I became team leader, this is what we did. Now the team still does it just without me, because I'm being a team leader now. I help them a little, but there's a Monday market update. People get used to seeing your stuff, by the way, if you do that. Tuesday, local info. What's local info? What am I talking about?
Events.
Yeah. Right? Like the Christmas lighting ceremony. We're in your city. Elk Grove, we have a big one downtown with Dickens Fair. Right? Best place to get a pumpkin. What about free gift wrapping? Is there any free gift wrapping around here?
Okay.
Any free gift wrapping around this area? Okay, let's see who does this. My team does this every year. We post on social. I'm about to post today. You'll see that too if you see my stuff. Okay, that this Saturday for 4 hours, we're going to be in our market center, and we've sent this to our whole sphere of database. We do free gift wrapping the week before Christmas. And we tell them to invite their friends and family out. And we have cocoa and cookies, music going, and the fireplace on the screen. And I have a whole deal. We've been doing it for 4 years.
See you Saturday.
Come on by. Come on by. Yes. You're all invited. You're all invited. But it's the most powerful thing, right? It's like you're adding value to their life. And you're creating moments of mind share by giving them value. You can do this, guys. Someone needs to do this week, next week. It's not that hard. And just shoot it out. It doesn't have to be perfect. Progress over perfection. Get it out. Just do it. Someone said, just do it. Right? Get a little image together, put it out there, and just get some paper from Costco and just be here with a lovely charcuterie report or something. Right? That's amazing. So that's an event. Okay, Wednesday's live at a property. That's where you do a video live at a property. Now, if you're nervous about doing a live video, don't put it on yourself. Just put it about the house. That's it. Just walk through the house live. Talk about it for 2 minutes. Don't go too long, okay? That's it. Don't go too long. You go too long, people are like, okay, moving on. Moving on, right? So you want to talk about the house. I always start with me, and then I show the house, and then I walk in the door. I go live on that every single week. I don't do it now. Like I said, I'm not doing that, but I was for a long time. Going live at a vacant property somewhere. There are vacant properties, right? Right now. Go live at a vacant, every single week, go live at a vacant property. And by the way, please don't, this is a taboo of you. Don't go like this, you're going live and it's facing you. Do not walk through the whole house with it facing you. The people don't want to see you that long. They'll see you for a second. They really want to see the kitchen. They want to see the backyard. You want to get people's curiosity peaked. Do it every week. Now, broker little tip here. KW, DRE number on every single post, on every video, on every image. Okay? We get in trouble for that if you don't do that. KW, your DRE number, and KW. Very big deal. But you should do this every week. What about Thursdays? Happening this weekend post. Anything cool happening this weekend? Does anybody know about anything cool happening this weekend?
Like a snow globe thing in Roseville.
There you go.
I actually saw Yvonne post about that.
Yep.
She was interested, so it came up on mine.
Yep.
What am I doing this weekend?
So again, there's got to be things you guys can do. This is a layout. You can write. I don't know if it's in there. It might be on there, right? Is it on there in your paper? The 5 days? Give the page 2 maybe. Second side.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, Friday night out on the town. If you go out Friday night or somewhere to go Friday night, that's a cool thing to post. Saturday is always a food post for me, no matter what. It's an image. Did you know you could take pictures of food? Like I took pictures of a really good steak at Ruth Chris the other day. I'm not going to post that yet. I'm holding. Because you can collect photos and videos and you can get those out. You aren't going to know I ate it last week. Why do we get stuck on that? Like we have to post it right then on the spot?
It's funny, I realized you did that because one time we were together on things and you took a picture and then it was posted like a month later. And I was like,
There it is. Yeah. Because no one knows. Except for you. Right? But you should grab footage like that. Someone should have took a picture of that and post that sometime. It doesn't have to be today necessarily, but just being intentional, right, on doing things. A gratitude post on Sundays is awesome. Most people are resting, they're going to church, they're with the family. Even if we're working, we're resting that night, right? We're doing something. Gratitude is a big, powerful way to connect with people. So do a gratitude post. Who's read The Go Giver? Has anybody read The Go Giver book? Okay, write it down. Right now. Everybody please write it down or go on your phones. The Go Giver is my #1 top favorite book of all time. The cool part about The Go Giver, it's a short read. Audible, it's less than 2 hours, I think. So good. Live your life like the Go Giver, and people will come into your world, I promise. A lot of what I'm sharing with you comes from concepts that I've learned in there. So, all right. Oh, wait, before I move on, any questions on this? Any thoughts? Any questions at all? Yes, sir.
Your recommended time frame for these clips? 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 90 seconds? And I know at 90 seconds or like half.
Yeah, so I would say 60 seconds or less for most. At the same time, I've done really long ones like our Christmas tree hunt. If you want to go find that, it's 2, 3, 4 minutes long, but it's very interesting. Like I'm being silly. If you keep people engaged, they'll watch a 3 to 5 minute video. But most people, most days, it's under 60 seconds. Short and sweet. Yes.
So those are when you person on Facebook. What's about the business?
I actually do both. Good question, though. Great question. Because on my personal, I think I have like 4,800 people, friends on Facebook. So I still put it there, but I also put it on my business page, which has like a few thousand maybe, not quite as many. I share it over. Yep. And it depends on what it is, because see, here's what happens. I'm sharing on my personal. You guys are interacting with whatever I'm doing. I'm cooking a tri-tip. I'm barbecuing a turkey. These are all things I did in the last 60 days. Barbecuing a turkey. I'm doing a Christmas tree hunt, right? And then in the middle of all of that, I go, we're doing a gift wrapping thing at my office, real estate office. Real estate, right? In the middle of all that, I go, here's a landing page through command that I'm showing off my friend Anna Lynn's listing, one of the top producers in my office. And I throw it in there, right? Because I want to attract people to it, but I want people to interact with me because we all interact more when it doesn't feel salesy, yes? So that's how you do the like and no part. And then the trust is built where you can offer real estate in the middle. So I do it all across the board. And it's kind of random. Sometimes I'll do it because I have Instagram business, Instagram personal, same thing on Facebook. So it's up to you to decide, but I usually share across the board if I think it's interesting to know. I hope that helps. Any other statements on this before we move to the next slide? We're almost wrapping up. Okay, I hope this is helpful, guys. So as it happens, this is stuff that happens in the moment, right? Just sold a house, just listed a house. I did a signing, I gave keys. I love videos and pictures when I give keys. Now, pro tip, listen to me. Listen, Linda. Listen. Please hear me loud and clear. When you take a picture of someone at a house, it's not about the house. It's about the people. Because you're hopefully going to tag those people and everybody they know is going to go, look at them. The house can be in the background. So here's what I instruct people, because I teach a class on this. You need to stand in the streets. If you want the house in the image, you're going to stand in the street or near the street. Careful. Okay. Your clients need to be almost 6 to 10 feet in front of you, not at the front door. Don't do that. When you do that and you push them to the front door and you want the whole house in the image, you've lost their faces. Why do we keep doing this? I see it all the time. But it's not about the house. It's about the people. We love the people. I love seeing my brother smile when he bought his first home. I remember this one that got really tons of, it was a lucky shot. Like I didn't even think it was going to happen. So this couple had their little baby, like maybe 1.5-year-old David. And we're in front of the house and we're taking pictures for fun. And I'm like, hey, I'm going to hand you guys the key and I want to take a picture. And they were totally cool with it. And so I put the key out and the couples there holding David reaches out for the key. It's one of my favorite pictures I've ever taken. And I take it like this, and it's David's clear, the parents are a little blurred, and the key's clear. That was amazing. See, we need to create moments like that any chance we can, because now it's about David, the little baby. And everybody was like, oh my God, it's so good. That's literally what happened. So you need to be looking for that. This actually is part of our job. We're marketers, right? We are marketers. Or hire a marketer, but you're still out there getting the footage. You're getting the photos, right? So these things happen every day. Wish your clients happy birthday, home anniversaries for past clients. Those are things to post about. You want to comment every day, every chance you get. Okay. Landing pages, you guys know about, who does not know what landing pages are? Raise your hand. I'm really proud of you guys. Everybody knows what landing pages are. All right. So who posts a landing page once a week? Anybody in the room, raise your hand. What? So nobody does it once a day then. Does anybody do it once in a while? I'm looking for once in a while now. Okay. The landing pages are pretty cool. I like landing pages. I think there's a better way to do it, which is go to your website, find the property on your KW website, find the property there, take that URL and post it on Facebook. Here's what happens. It goes straight to that listing. When they click on it, it goes straight to the listing. And your website. I think it's better than the landing. I like landing pages. We do landing pages. But I think that's another way to do it.
Yeah, we post it.
Yep. Yep. And don't get caught up in if it looks good or not. Okay. Again, you just do it. Yes, ma'am.
What if you don't have a listing?
Oh, that's a great question. The good news is we're starting up with MLS, which has a reciprocal agreement. We can share anybody's listing anytime without permission. Did you guys know you all signed something that said that was okay when you signed up with MLS?
Our broker would say different things.
Okay, now, here's what happens, okay? So brokers in the room, okay? So check it out. Let me be very clear. You cannot download their photos and repost them. That's illegal. But if you go to the MLS app, check this out. MLS app, you share from MLS directly from it. It pulls it all through and it says listed by so-and-so Remax. So you need to do it through, when you do it through KW Command, it pulls it all through and it shows listed by so-and-so. So that's the key component, what he's referring to. You cannot arbitrarily post it and make it look like yours. That is not okay.
And you can't copy their pictures.
No.
Put them on a flyer. And
Absolutely not. You can get sued for that. 100%. Does that make sense though? So when you go to command and you go, I want to add a listing to a landing page, you can add anybody's listing. It gives you the option to add anybody's listing. They didn't do that arbitrarily. They know through the IDX feed, it's going to pull all the data, including who the listing agent is. Otherwise, Gary Kell and the team would not have put that in play, right?
So if MLS is connected to my landing page and I post it from MLS, if they click on it, they'll go to my landing page.
Yes, because what's happening is, think about it like this. When you go to Zillow, I'll go to Zillow. And I know some of you have, okay? So if you go to Zillow and you click and you look at, there's a listing there, right? It's not Zillow's listing, correct? Okay, Zillow did not reach out to us and ask us, by the way. Did they ask you to put your listing there? It's automatically there, yes or no? Pictures are automatically there, yes or no? It also says listed by Eli Galindo and KW there, yes? It's exactly the same concept. It pulls the data through an approved reciprocal agreement through IDX. That's okay. You cannot pull things off into your computer device and repost. Illegal. That makes sense? Is that good
That's
clarity?
why you can have it go directly to your website. It will say,
Yeah.
it's a listing, it'll say Metro List, it'll say this.
Correct.
courtesy of.
Yes,
Correct, yeah.
yes, correct. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay, so you can do other people's listings. You can, if you want to be, you can call them as a courtesy, say, hey, I'm gonna, but you don't have to. I'm telling you right now, they can get angry if they want. I told people, you're welcome to call MLS and check and call me back.
It will be easier if you probably post our listings in our office.
Right.
Because we have a ton of listings, you can just choose one.
That is absolutely
Because
the
that way
best,
it's easier, you know,
And you're promoting
it.
it. which is a great idea. Okay, love it. Thank you for the clarification. So I would do this every day.
Every day.
Every day. Here's the deal. If you post enough other stuff, jab, right hook says, it's fine to do a real estate post every day. It's not okay if that's the only post you do every day. Do you understand the difference? It cannot be the only post you do every day. Because then it is salesy and it is too much. But if I do one, get my hair cut at the dentist, doing the dog, this is my dog, this is my meal. Oh, look, this is a beautiful tree, right? Whatever you want to do, then you earn the right to put that in, okay? You want to up your business? I'm telling you right now, Gary Vee just told us every day. He didn't say, remember, we didn't say once a week. He didn't say that, did he? Okay. Now, these are just some basic hashtags that we use. You can create whatever hashtags you want. There's a lot of discussion about which hashtags are best. You want high-level hashtags, local hosted hashtags. It's up to you. We just picked some that we thought were some big ones, some small ones. We have a mix. There's a whole theory around it. You probably had social media people here talk about it in the past. Do what you want to do, but please do something. That's my point today. My point today is do something every day, right? And I want to challenge you guys. Like, I want to see who does a video or an image today and tag me in it. I would love to see that, because that would make me very proud that you've started that process, because it takes action. You got to get into action. Do not wait. Do it today. And if you're not comfortable, do a thing of the tree and the charcuterie board. Don't do you. That's fine. You don't have to be in the video, right? If you're comfortable, do it. But these are some hashtags that we use. And what I want to do to end is, first of all, ahas about all this stuff I just shared. And is there any input, thoughts, comments, or questions, because it's 1:35, that we can wrap up with. Because I really want to make sure you guys got huge value today. I really want to make sure you captured the concept of every day creating mind share to bring people into your world. And so before you answer, I want you to think about ahas and questions, but I want to share one quick story. I'm going to give you a little bonus material here. It's not in your stuff, I don't think, but what would it look like? So who in here farms? Farms, okay. Are there any title people in the room? Escrow title? Okay, great. So here's the thought process that you guys can also use when you're talking to agents. And I know some of you've heard this, but who's heard about being the mayor of your town? You heard that comment? Okay. Here's what I want you to start to think about. What would it look like if you were the mayor of your farm? Okay. Here's what most people do when we do farming. Because I've been in this business a long time. I know this is what happens. We start to send postcards, mailers, maybe a golden letter. Maybe we knock on some doors, and that's about it. True or false? That's mostly true, right? What if you became the mayor of that farm? What does that mean? And when you read the Go Giver, this is going to all make sense to you, okay? Becoming the mayor means this. You host things at the local park. You go to the local business around the corner. I have an agent that's doing this at a high level, and I freaking love it. So that's why I'm sharing it with you guys. He goes to the local strip mall that's like literally outside of his neighborhood, and he went into all those businesses to meet the owners. And he said to the owner, hey, John, I'm Eli. I'm with Keller Williams Realty. I'm a local business owner just like you. And I'm trying to build my business. One of the ways I do that, John, is I want to help you build your business. I farm the neighborhood behind your store here, and I send them newsletters. I send them postcards, and I want to start sending them stuff for you. Okay, check this out. This is powerful. So what he does is he'll come to that person once a quarter and say, John, what's the special that I can offer the farm this quarter? 20% off the pizza? Great. Give me the coupons. I'm going to put it in. Okay. What he's doing is he's building trust with the business owner. Let me ask you a question. We all know what an influencer is, yes? Okay. In a room, when you walk into the next holiday party, or you go to Starbucks later today, I want you to stop in the back of the room, stand there and watch the room. Be very intentional. See, this is E2P stuff, what I'm teaching you right now. Very purposeful. Stand in the room and watch who's the influencer in that space. How do we recognize an influencer in a space? What are some ways?
People around them.
People around them? Very outspoken?
Other people are watching.
Other people are watching. That's a good one. Those are good. Those are good. What else? You command attention. They walk around the room. Well, they're like, hey, man, good to see you, dude. How you been? Nice seeing you. Thank you. Right? Smile, and they know people's names, right? The barista goes, oh, hey, Henry, good to see you again. You want that? You got the grande, blah, blah, blah. Pay attention, my friends. Pay attention. Who is the influencer in the space? You're going to get to know that influencer and build a relationship. That is the key to multiplying your database. Who's the influencer in the farm? Who's the influencer in your city? Who's the influencer on the city council? Who's the influencer on social in the area? You need to connect with those people, build relationship with those people, because that's like me sitting in my dad's office meeting all his people. It's multiplication. It's not one-to-one. I do believe in door knocking. I do believe in cold calling. But if you want to go, that's one-to-one. That's addition. If you want multiplication in your business, go to an influencer, meet them legitimately and authentically, get to know them, and watch what happens as your world goes boom. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah.
Tell me.
Do this.
Do this. Oh my
I'm not
God.
even a real estate agent.
I'm just really passionate about this part. Like, and the coolest part is it's very rewarding. Because when my agent in my office goes and does this, you know what he does? Remember I said a community event in the park? His quarterly events are in that park. Here's what he does. All those people he built a relationship with in that strip mall, he invites all of them to put up a booth at the park for free. It's a permit, of course, depending where you're at, right? He'll do movie in the park. He'll do Santa in the park. He'll do whatever he can do. He does that and invites his whole sphere of influence database, and he invites those businesses, and he puts a poster up in the business to say, invite all your clients too, John. Do you see the power in that? So, yeah, any questions or comments? Any ahas so we can close up? I know we're overdue. I appreciate you guys and your time. Yes.
I would just like to say that it's probably the most valuable training I've had this year, for me personally. Because I document a lot of my day already.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to grow on other like TikTok and things like that. So I've
Yeah.
just been telling myself, post every day, post every day, post every day, even if it's not good, even if you don't think it's good. anyways.
Yeah, yeah.
And so this is really valuable. to me.
Thank
you
you.
very much.
I appreciate that.
And
very
also, will
much.
you make a video with me again?
Yes. I'm all about it. Let's play it out. Let's do it.
Both that bold. Bold is really great, don't get me wrong, but I think this just went even deeper, to like, okay, this is really touching ground of where I need to be,
Yeah,
you know.
thank you. I'm so glad to hear that, guys. Anybody else? Any comments, aha, thoughts, anything at all?
Because I can do it.
That's perfect. I love that. Leverage that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Did you know, real quick, I hired someone for $600 a month to do 20 posts a month for me? Independent contractor. She'll come record me and then post them on my reels. So a lot of stuff on there is from her, but I'm in them. So you can do something like that too. Can I get my water bottle? Yes, ma'am.
You mentioned
Thank
that you have to put your broker and your DRE on there.
Yes.
For videos, just that's a mechanical question. How do you do that? Does it need an editing software or are you talking
So-
about in the verbiage?
I put it on the image itself too, in case the image ever goes somewhere it shouldn't.
Okay.
I recommend that for security and risk management. So it's simple. I mean, on my Android, I do it a certain way. iPhone, I can do iMovie real easy. Just the video's done, bring it to iMovie, do a text, little image text on the bottom, and add KW and your DRE number before you post it. You can also, I use software, but I don't think it's an iPhone software. It's called ProCut, but I don't think it's super simple. I just did one right now and posted it and tagged this office before I got up here. So, yeah.
So how do we follow you?